Hi Libra, welcome to your December 2025 tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here. Thanks for sharing your energy with me. I do appreciate it. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on both of my social media platforms. I'm trying to grow my collective this year and next year, so I would appreciate you guys following along. I do give away free tarot readings on both, so stick around at the end and I'll tell you about that if you're interested. Right now we're going to get into the tarot. So I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever comes out is the message that you need to hear. And then I have 2 oracle decks here that I'll pull from as well to get some additional messages from Spirit. So let's get into the tarot. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. So we have the 6 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, Knight of Wands, King of Wands. We have the 3 of Cups, the Hanged Man, Wheel of Fortune, and we have the 5 of Cups. Underneath we have the 8 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands is, I always take the bottom card because it's like the underlying energy of like what's going on in the reading. And the 8 of Wands is about, it's about communication, but it's also about like swift progress, quick changes. It could be about messages, but I feel like this is also about like go with the flow type of energy. I feel like you're wanting things to start moving forward. You're wanting change here. And you're wanting things to move fast. So we have a lot of pentacles here. Well, we got 3 pentacles, which is about like a slower moving energy. But we'll get more into it. So we have the 6 of Pentacles, which is about like equal give and take. It is about giving. And it's about balance. So he has these scales here, which are balanced. So he has enough to give, but he also keeps some for himself. So it's that equal give and take kind of attitude, or, you know, the actions here. But it's definitely a balance of things. And then we have the 4 of Pentacles as your obstacle. So the 4 of Pentacles can be about like being frugal or saving, but it's also about trying to control or holding on. So you could be holding on to things that no longer serve you, or you could be holding on to something that was not like an equal give and take type of situation, whether that's in work or your business, any kind of like relationship with a family member or loved one. This can also be about you holding back and not giving, or feeling like somebody wasn't giving to you. Underneath energy is the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is like a new stable, it's like a stable start to something. So the pages are about, it's about like a, sorry, I keep getting these messages. It's about like a new stable beginning. So you're basically wanting something new with your stability. And I feel like things haven't been equal for you. Again, whether that's in a relationship or like at your work or your business, you're definitely wanting more stability. And the Page of Pentacles is about like a new financial, could be like a financial offer here, or financial message that you have received. So in the recent past, we have the 7 of Cups, which is about options, but it's also about disillusionment. It's about, you know, don't get lost in the fog. See all the fog amongst these cups. So this could also be about disillusionment in this new financial beginning, this little financial message you had. This could be like a job offer and you were kind of disillusioned with this job. I'm kind of feeling like maybe, whether it's not, you know, they kind of told you that they were gonna, you know, there was something involved, and then they're kind of holding back and not get, like maybe they promised you a certain amount of money and they're not giving it to you, or, you know, they've made promises and they're not keeping up their end of the bargain. So your higher self or your subconscious, we have the Knight of Wands, which is like the Sagittarius card, but it's also about like a passionate type of energy. This is about like action, taking action and going after what you want. It's also about like a passionate message. So you could be receiving messages about going after your passions here. Where your higher self is telling you to follow your passion. So in the near future, we have the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is, again, a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. But it's about like, he's an entrepreneur. So, and he's also about seeing things like the bigger picture. Seeing things from a leader standpoint. Seeing that bigger picture type of energy. So I feel like this is you kind of stepping into this more entrepreneurial, seeing things from a bigger picture type of energy. Whether that's you kind of maybe stepping out onto your own, thinking about your own business, or just seeing things from a bigger perspective here. Maybe you can start a side hustle and you see that moving into, you know, something else. So your advice from Spirit here is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is about joy. It's about celebrations. I feel like this is Spirit telling you to find your joy, be more joyful. What brings you joy? This could be like hanging out with friend groups, hanging out with, it could be about like your coworkers, you know, maybe you're friends with your coworkers, but you're not really happy with the way things are going at work, but you could still have fun and be present with your coworkers. This could just be after work, you know, going and finding your joy, but it's definitely about like celebrations and joy and being happy. In your immediate environment, we have the Hanged Man here. So this is about, again, seeing things from a different perspective. And then you have the King of Wands here, seeing things from a bigger picture. So I feel like maybe you kind of just need to surrender and release this control. This can also be like very controlling, this Four of Pentacles. Maybe you're trying to control this equal give and take, or it could be somebody controlling your, you know, not giving equally. Either way, it's the seeing things from a different perspective, kind of taking a pause here, surrendering to this situation. Your hopes and fears, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So you're hoping for, you know, you're hoping for a new cycle, things to turn around. This is about like divine timing. So I think you're just hoping things will start turning in your favor here. The overall outcome, we have the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups is about grief and loss, but it's also about not seeing things. So here he is so focused on this Three of Cups, on what he has lost, he's not seeing what's right here behind him. And these two cups lead to this bridge and this, you know, castle back here. So maybe don't focus on what is lost. Focus on the good in the situation. Find the silver lining in the situations, because that's what's going to change. That mindset and being hopeful will change things. So you're definitely hoping for maybe things to kind of smooth out. Maybe things, again, like if you were promised a raise or, you know, a gift in finances, this card can also mean a gift. So maybe you were, again, told that you would get a raise, or, you know, things would be different. There would be equal give and take. Maybe you need to balance work and home life and you're not able to do that. And you kind of feel like this could be control. This could be whether that's you controlling or someone else controlling the situation. Let's see. What does Libra not see coming soon? Libra not see coming Spirit. Okay, so we have the Two of Wands, which is about taking the next steps, taking the steps towards what it is you do want. So, you know, he has this globe in his hand, and the Two of Wands for me is about, it is about expansion. Twos are about balance, but it's also about like expanding and growing and going towards what you do want, taking that step towards what you want to bring in here. Because you're stagnant, you're bored, you're not happy with where you're at. You you know, you've got spirit here that is trying to hand him this gift, but he's got these here. He's just not, and this could be you holding back again. But I just feel like you're not it's emotionally unfulfilled. Like it's discontentment, not happy. Like spirit's trying to give you a gift and you're just like, no, like you're not interested. So, and then we have the devil here, which is like a negative pattern. It's some toxicity. So if this is a workplace, then this could be like some toxicity here. Maybe you just need to start planning your next steps. Because you're just not happy here. I just feel like this may not be the place for you. And that could be like this in your overall energy here, this 5 of Cups, you seeing this loss, this grief. You know, if you have to wind up leaving this job, then, you know, you're seeing things in a negative light and you're not seeing what leaving this job or this position could bring in. And it doesn't even mean you have to leave the company. Maybe you move to a different spot. But I definitely feel like there's some toxicity here. And you just need to take those next steps because you're just not happy where you're at. So let's see. What are the actions and advice for Libra, Spirit? Yeah, this could also be about you just asking for, you know, if you're not happy, maybe ask for that raise. Or, you know, if they're not giving it to you, then maybe you just need to move on. So we have the Death card, which is about endings. We have the 7 of Wands, which is about defending your beliefs and persevering, overcoming obstacles. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles here, which is a new stable beginning, a new financial offer coming in here. So maybe you get a financial offer from another company, but there's definitely an ending here. Endings, new beginnings, transformations, in, you know, facing some obstacles here, but ultimately you get a new financial offer. So this is about focusing on what you do want to bring in here. And again, maybe focus on, so again, here, he is not noticing this gift that Spirit is giving him. Realize the gift that Spirit is trying to give you here. Maybe you're not happy with where you are, but it could lead to something else, if that makes sense. You know, if it's something you can put on your resume or a position that will help you build into something else. Perhaps you're not happy with where you're at, but that doesn't mean you can't change that. It doesn't mean you can't move into something else. So let's see what we can get from. I just definitely feel like there needs to be an ending here. Things are just not balanced out. Darn it. Okay, well, we got a couple more. That's fine. So we have Transform, which, you know, we have that Death card. Endings, beginnings, transformations. So I feel like there's something transforming here for you. We have Rest. Yeah, I definitely feel like you need to kind of rest, take a break, take care of yourself, because, you know, when you're going through endings and new beginnings, it's never easy. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. And then we have Energy. So maybe you need to focus your energy somewhere else, somewhere it's useful. I feel like you have, again, with this equal give and take, I feel like you're given all the energy, and where you're at, they're just not giving you what you need, and you need to focus your energy on what it is, on your passions, on what it is you want for a change. But I definitely see things changing, like, in your favor. So I just don't like, let's clarify this Devil. That's bugging me. I don't like this Devil card. Can you clarify? Clarify this Devil card, please, Spirit. Yeah, it's causing you anxiety. Like, we got the 9 of Swords. And you're not grounded. Boundaries, work on your boundaries. So, like, this is causing you a lot of anxiety. and fear and depression, whatever this is, in this situation that's not equal give and take. You need to stay grounded and keep your boundaries here. This is about like truth and clarity. Speak your truth, keep your boundaries, and stay grounded here. Maybe do some meditation. Maybe with that energy and that rest, you know, there's like sound healing that helps your energy. There's Reiki healing energy that you could work on. But yeah, it's definitely causing you a lot of anxiety. Just try to stay balanced and keep your boundaries in this situation, because I feel like you're going to need it. But things are transforming. You know, it's not easy, but you're definitely working through it. So closing out cycles, things are going to, you know, you got that Wheel of Fortune here. Let's see. Let's grab a couple of the Yule Oracle. Yeah, I feel like we're just kind of lots of endings to this year. It is a 9-year, and we're rolling into next year is a 1 year, which is new beginnings. You know, things coming in. So you may just be wrapping this up, and you know, maybe just don't put your energy into it. You know, if it's a job and there's no equal give and take, maybe focus your energy elsewhere where it's going to be, you know, on your joy. And you know, don't give so much to something that doesn't give back. So we have ceremony and we have Yule log. Ceremony, rite of passage, direction, intention. I call upon those heralds of winter, dimming light for better sight. Hear thy praise spilling from thy lips, a spell I'll cast for these spirits in me. Ceremonies are rites of passage that mark the end of the one way of being and the beginning of a new journey. We see them represented in birthdays, graduations, and in the case of magic, a series of steps that direct energy towards our desired intention. Again, that Two of Wands and the endings. Take those intentional steps towards what you do want. To perform a ceremony is a pledge to transcend your former self so that you may become wiser and more powerful. You've pulled the ceremony because you are ready to rise to a new level of being. Where you are now is much too small for who you're becoming. You're ready to expand and to start reaching for bigger goals. Do not be afraid of your power, for you are destined to do and have more extraordinary things. If ever you doubt yourself, know that you have earned your seat at this new table through these lessons, challenges, and hardships you have previously endured. You may wish to perform a ceremony of your own to cement your commitment to a new direction. I really love that. The endings, the beginnings, the new directions. Yeah, maybe you've outgrown this place, you know. They're just not giving you what they've promised, and it's time for you to focus on something new. Whatever that may be for you. And then Yule log was number 44. Keywords: letting go, creation, God and the goddess. Insert me with a bleeding thought, a sacred creation birthed from thee. I am God, I am goddess, I am creation and the creator. Yule logs are burned for 12 days and represent the rising sun and the birth of a new sun god. Yule logs are decorated with all kinds of Christmas cheer, and when it is lit, each member of your household gets to take a turn, tossing in anything you'd like to release from the year. Each person gets to set an intention for what they hope to call into their lives. Yule logs represent the beautiful cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. We had that freaking death card. Anyway. When we clear out the old, we make space for all the beauty left to come. Creation is a harmonic blend of both destruction and building. Some things must be cleared and destroyed so that you have room to welcome in something new. Channel the energy of the goddess by healing and letting go of anything holding you back. Then channel the power of the god by invoking action, courage, and determination. Both energies, male and female, are required to be successful in your dreams, goals, and manifestations. Yule log reminds you that what you wish for will take more than one approach. I love that. Yeah, remember this holding back, letting go of things that no longer serve you. We had that death card, that transformation. So it's definitely a transformative time for a lot of people right now. And I feel like Libras definitely are transforming. The collective is you know, that wheel is turning. Things are going to turn in your favor. It's not easy to go through, but you got to focus on that positive. Focus on what you do want to bring in here, and then just take those steps towards it. Even if it's just that one small step, it's going to make a huge difference. So I love this for you, Libra. Hopefully this helps and could bring you some clarity. And I will see you guys next week. If you want to hang around, I'm going to talk about my website, my newsletter. So the free tarot readings, if you go to my website and you scroll all the way to the bottom of the homepage and you sign up for my newsletter, it will send me your email address, and then I will put that in the drawing for the free tarot readings. I do not sell your email to third-party companies, and I will not spam you because I don't like that. But I'll put it in an Excel spreadsheet so I know who to notify and I know who to put in the drawing. I send out a newsletter at the beginning of every month about the astrology for that month so that you can kind of work with the energies. Sometimes I'll put like little rituals or, you know, ways you can work with the energy. It just kind of helps you work with instead of against things. And then I may send out a second one throughout the month if there's a lot of like eclipse energy or really heavy energy. I'll send out a second one just for the second half and more in-depth for what you can expect and what you need to understand is coming for you. So, and then I'll obviously notify you through that email if you have one. So be sure and submit an email that you check kind of frequently, just in case you do win, you are aware of it. But like I said, I won't spam you. So sign up for that. Check out my website while you're over there. It's really interactive. There's some tarot cards you can play with. There's some free downloads on there about tarot and astrology and spiritual awakening. If you're interested in those, check those out. I have some digital products I've added. I will be adding more soon as I get them completed. My tarot and astrology and coaching programs are back open. We can do like an in-depth birth chart or the astrology for next year if you want to go more in depth with your birth chart and your astrology for next year and how to navigate the year. We can do a tarot reading or you know, my coaching program, and I use that spiritual awakening download a lot with my coaching program. So all of that's back open if you're interested. I'll be going live Saturdays on YouTube if you want to hop over there and check me out. I'll just be doing like general readings, maybe check-ins with your person if we decide to do love readings. I haven't really decided yet. On the 20th, I won't be going live until in the evening because that is my birthday. So I'll be hanging out with friends and family in the morning and afternoon. So, and then it is a new moon that night. So I may wind up doing like a small little meditation and then pulling some tarot cards and stuff. But we'll see what happens on the 20th. So whatever I feel called to do is what I'll wind up doing. But yeah, so I'm super excited. Thank you to everybody that has purchased items or left me donations. I really appreciate that. You guys are awesome. And I really appreciate all the interactions. If you can't donate or you're not interested in the products, I understand that too. All the likes, the follows, the shares, it all helps my channel grow and it helps push me out to more people so that they get the messages as well. So I'm grateful for any interactions you guys give me and helping me grow. It's a huge thing for me this year and next year is just being able to give messages through tarot and astrology and help people on their spiritual path because I know it's helped me and I want to give back to others and help them. And my way of giving back to you guys for liking and following and leaving all your comments and everything is the free tarot reading. So it's my way to give back to you for showing me love. So yeah, that's what I got for you. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that reading. I'll see you next week. Bye.